D-Box Plus mobile app provides remote control over most of the major functions of your D-Box Plus hardware from your Apple iOS and Android-based phones or tablets. It even transforms the microphone in your phone or tablet into a talkback mic. The desktop app is downloadable from our site and also provides maniacal control of your D-Box Plus from a Mac or PC. This video walks through the functions and features of the app. To jump to a specific section, see the links in the description.
Don't be afraid. We'll do it together.
To use the app, first confirm that your device is indeed connected via Bluetooth to your D-Box Plus. Hint, make sure the Bluetooth Enable button on the D-Box Plus hardware is brightly lit. Activate Bluetooth on your device. Then navigate to the More page of the app and choose the Scan and select the D-Box Plus option. Hit Start Scanning and your D-Box Plus will appear. Select your D-Box Plus and tap Connect Selected. The Bluetooth control icon should turn from red to blue, like during the Revolutionary War, and now the app is primed for your abuse. Once connected, the app will automatically scan and connect every time it's near your D-Box Plus. Note, on the tablet and desktop apps, everything appears on a single screen, while on the mobile app the features are spread across 4 pages, thus avoiding the use of a magnifying glass or a pince-nez. 1. Volume. This page provides control of your volume. Dim, reference level, and talkback mic. Anything executed in the app will be mirrored on the D-Box Plus unit and vice versa, as if by the hand of a divinity. Control the level of your studio monitors from anywhere within the Bluetooth range. The dim button won't lower your IQ, but instead lowers your monitors for talking to the talent beside you in the control room, whether real or imaginary. The reference level allows you to jump to a fixed volume. This could be set to anything. For example, the level formerly known as the Fletcher-Munson curve, now subsumed by the equal loudness contour. Their point is to monitor at a consistent level where your ear's response is the flattest. Your dim and reference levels can be customized, which we'll cover in the More section of this escapade. The app's talkback button was brainstormed by Ryan West and leverages the built-in mic of your device to speak to the talent without even having to be near the D-Box Plus. Simply press the talkback button and the mic will activate while the playback automatically dims, and you can turn into a talent whisperer in the artist's headphones. Tip: Moment toggle. Quickly tap and release the talkback button and it will remain engaged. If you hold it, it will stay on until released. Choose your words carefully when inspiring the talent with the talkback engaged.
Hey, Jimmy, I think his halitosis is printing to tape.
Use moment toggle at your own potential peril. 2. Control room. Make speaker and source selections for the control room here. Both may be selected in either individual or additive mode. Individual mode selects a single input or output at a time, whereas additive mode allows multiple input sources or sets of monitors to be auditioned simultaneously. To enter additive mode, hold both the USB and AES SPDIF buttons until the lights start blinking like cops at a traffic stop. To engage additive mode in the source section, select the sum button and make sure the light is on. To engage additive mode in the speaker section, select button 1. To exit setup mode, submerge the unit into an Epsom salts bath, or for far less damaging results, press the USB or AES SPDIF button. Additive mode can also be used to link a subwoofer to your monitor setup. Plug the sub into speaker output 3. To engage your sub whimsically, just make sure you're in additive mode and select speaker 3 along with one of your other sets. To program the D-Box Plus to pair with your speakers automatically, enter setup mode and select the set of monitors you would like paired, and then select the sub. This can be done for one or both sets of speakers, so that a single sub may be shared and automatically engaged with speaker pair 1 and or 2. Once your selections are made, exit setup mode by pressing the AES SPDIF or USB button. The mono button does not induce what many of you caught in high school making out behind Deeb's station, but instead may be used to check phase coherency. Either activate it as needed, or program it to automatically engage with a particular set of monitors, or a single monitor, in the case of something like an Oratone. Simply go into setup mode and press and hold the desired speaker, 1 or 2, until it blinks quickly. Then light up the mono button. This process may be repeated for the other speakers as well. The pairing may be confirmed by pressing the speaker button again. It will remain in setup mode. Exit setup mode by pressing either the USB or AES SPDIF buttons. Mono will now track with the speaker. 3. Headphones. This section allows you to select what sources feed the headphones section of the D-Box Plus. The talent can listen to what the engineer is monitoring, or without throwing a temper tantrum, can have a custom mix fed by a separate source or a combination of multiple sources. To give them a unique headphone mix, set up sends in your DAW and route those sends to a different source on the D-Box Plus, such as the analog input. Customize a mix for the talent and select analog in the headphones section of the app. Now they'll hear a custom mix, while you listen to your own in the control room. If you want to send them multiple sources, you can set the headphones to additive mode. Go into setup mode and hit the sum button in the headphones section. Exit setup mode and proceed to select as many sources as you desire to send to the client headphones. For example, send them your control mix via sum and add more me with a feed from the DAW to the analog inputs. 4. More. Here we discover the line out and mono 7/8 buttons, and all the settings and preferences for the D-Box Plus app. The line out button selects which source feeds the stereo line output in the back of the D-Box Plus. Send it either the headphone or control room selections. You can send this output anywhere. For example, send this to your live room for another zone of playback. Feed a video camera to sync your audio when shooting footage. Expand your headphone options even further by feeding a separate headphone amp. Run this to another speaker controller, like a Dangerous Music Monitor ST, to expand your monitor complement. Enough applications? Collect your own and trade with your friends. The Mono 7/8 button toggles summing inputs 7 and 8 from a stereo pair, hard panned left and right, to 2 mono inputs that are pinned down to the center. This is incredibly potent for critical tracks like lead vocals, kick drums, or bass guitars where you want to dedicate a track to its own summing input for maximum dynamics and clarity. Many top hip-hop, EDM, and pop producers rely on this center lock.
Hey Marek, happy Sunday.
In the settings section, the first option is Enter Setup Mode, an alternative to pressing the USB and AES SPDIF buttons on the D-Box Plus hardware. To set a reference level for your monitoring, press Enter Setup Mode, then hold the Mono 7/8 buttons until the light turns amber. Now navigate to the volume page of the app and double-tap the dim button. The amber light will start flashing. Use the volume control to select your custom reference level. Exit Setup Mode and observe the orange text stating double-click for reference level, turn green when you reach the reference level. If you decide you want to disable this function, you can go back into the setup mode, hold the Mono 7/8 button until the amber light goes off, and then exit setup mode. But that'd be an ignorant thing to do. Another useful feature in setup mode is reinitializing your D-Box Plus to the factory settings. If your parameters have gone Waco, just drop into setup mode and hold the line out button until the lights go Vegas and the relays click like the tumblers in your boss's safe. The second button sets the dim amount. This determines how much level reduction you will experience in the control room outputs when you press the dim button. Select this option and it will open the volume control page. The dim button in the app will begin blinking. Now select your dim setting by turning the knob. The farther you turn up the green LEDs, the greater the amount of dim that will be applied. In other words, more green, less level. It acts as a cut. This is relative to the monitoring level. It is not fixed like the reference level. For example, if your listening volume is at 12 o'clock and your dim level is at 9, upon engaging dim, the volume will drop to 9. If you move your listening level to 3 o'clock and engage dim, the volume will drop to 12 o'clock. Dim is relative to the regular monitoring level. To commit, press the volume knob again. If you'd like to exit, press either the USB or AES SPDIF setup button in the control room section. The next setting is Scan and select D-Box Plus. Press this and it will take you to a screen that looks for all the D-Box Plus units within Bluetooth range. Select the D-Box Plus that you'd like to connect with, and this will allow you to control it from the app. The Launch Device Settings app opens the native settings on your device. You may affect options like turning Bluetooth on and off.
What about turning off my sweet tooth?
Similarly, there is a button labeled Launch Device Music app. This will launch your device's default music player, allowing reference tracks, rough mixes, and old-time radio skits to be played from your device into the D-Box Plus via Bluetooth audio. Disable D-Box Plus Bluetooth turns off the Bluetooth Enable button, thus disengaging both Bluetooth audio and Bluetooth remote control. Since Bluetooth is now disabled, to reconnect, you'll have to manually select the button on the front panel of the physical unit. Disconnect Bluetooth audio. This disconnects the Bluetooth audio connection between your device and the D-Box Plus. It is useful if you need to give talkback or streaming control to
His Eminence, the self-proclaimed record producer.
or if you need to use your wireless earbuds to call your great-aunt Baroness Evelyn Lickspittle, or simply want to stream to another device and not have a conflict between warring Bluetooth factions. The final selection opens the preferences for the D-Box Plus app. Here you will encounter on-off toggle buttons. The first button, Auto Scan and Connect, automatically searches for the D-Box Plus and connects Bluetooth for remote control. The second button, Haptic Feedback, implements a physical sense like vibration to communicate that an action has transpired. For example, selecting a button will cause a quick clunk-like sensation. Hint, these are only available on iOS devices with haptic feedback enabled. The Keep Open setting forces the app to remain live on your screen, regardless of sleep or energy saving settings. Rotate Display lets the app automatically orient your device's direction. Note, on phones the app will orient whether your phone is upside down or right side up, but will not go into landscape mode. Don't blame us, this was an Apple developer requirement. Remote Talkback makes your smartphone a talkback mic. This setting is required and does not supersede the Launch Device Settings app. You must activate both. Below that, the fader provides level adjustment for your remote talkback mic. Lastly, if you have more than one D-Box on site, like in singer-songwriter suites for example, the preferred device setting will lock to a specific D-Box Plus.